what's good? Gonna give everybody a second. My nose is itching. What's good, everybody? Lovely Soul Empress here, coming to do a daily for you guys. I think we're gonna look at something different today. I don't know, most of you, I'm sure, have noticed that there has been a lot of unrest in the last few weeks, okay? And for those of you that have been watching me for a while, you know that Spirit has been talking about this, I want to say this whole year, but more so since March, really giving us consistent messages about, you know, people's mental health and, you know, this frequency change of us being in a new timeline, and those that took the assignment and, you know, went into the awakening, the Great Awakening and the Ascension, and those that didn't. And I feel like we're starting to see this in our surroundings. Okay, so I feel like almost every day you turn on the news, it's something crazy. And I feel like we should do a check-in, okay? Because I don't feel that we've hit the peak. Okay, and last night was good, Shauna. Last night I was talking to one of my clients about, you know, they hit me up like, yo, everything is going crazy. And you know, we were talking about how Spirit had been sending messages, and I know I'm not the only reader, but Spirit had been sending messages about civil unrest, okay? And, you know, and mental health. And as you see that we've been having a lot of that, okay? So that's what we're going to look into today. We're going to see what Spirit wants to tell us about this, because I feel like it's going to be a crazy summer. Okay, and this is not like fear mongering, but I feel like we do better when we know what's happening. What's good, out cubed? Okay. I feel like we need to look at what's happening, okay? So that we can have a better understanding, so we can have clarity, and so that, you know, so that we know what to kind of expect, okay? So I'm gonna start with this. Actually, I'm gonna light some incense and some Palo Santo before we get started. Don't mind me, I just got out the shower. My hair is still wet. Looks so flat right now. Okay, and some Palo Santo. And let's talk about what's going on, okay? It's been a lot of crazy things, and, you know, I don't know, y'all. Like, first off, I was watching something, I believe it was the day before yesterday. And they were saying that situation that happened in Texas, that this young man, he had, you know, between the guns and the ammunition that he was carrying, was over $9,000 worth of things. Now, where did he get the money for that, being 18? It's a lot of things to think about. And I feel like, you know, regardless of whatever, you know, your beliefs might be or your thoughts on the thing, right? Just like some of us are being activated in a very positive way for this ascension, right? Others are being activated in a negative way. Yes, I heard about that last night too. And that's, you know, that's why my client hit me up last night, because they were like, you see this? And I'm like, I know. Like, it feels like every day it's something somewhere else. And, you know, I haven't heard the reasoning for the Tulsa incident this morning. I did check, but I didn't see anything on that. I believe there was another shooting a couple days ago in Tulsa as well, at a festival. There's just been so much going on. You know, we had that incident in Buffalo. About a month ago, we had the incident in New York City on the train, right? Stuff to pay attention to. Why is this happening right now? What's good, Nelson? Right? And I feel like we just need to be mindful right now, okay? So I want to see if Spirit has anything they want to tell us about what is happening and why some people are being activated in a particular way and others are being activated in another way, okay? And I feel like this has very much to do with the polarity. I have no idea what Spirit is about to say, but the polarity, right? As above, so below. And then you have the North Node sitting in Taurus, and you have the South Node in, what's good, Cynthia? You have the South Node sitting in Scorpio, which is, you know, death and transformation, right? So there's that, right? What's good, Sugar Plum? And to top things off, Neptune, I forget the date exactly, but it's like in the next week or so. Neptune is about to go retrograde. Saturn is about to go retrograde any day now, right? So it makes you wonder. You know, I'm sure that that has something to do with the influence of what's happening. But I feel like, you know, Neptune going in retrograde, Neptune is illusions or not seeing things clearly, even though it can have a dreamy energy, right? But when it's in reverse, it feels to me that this is saying that people are not seeing things clearly, okay? And, you know, there's mental illness, unrest. Okay, so we got 4 cards from this Ganesha, Whispers of the Lord Ganesha. Okay, the first one you got was joy. I just want to see, because I haven't really looked at this book, and I just want to see what, you know, what the energy is here. I got this about a month ago, and I didn't, really didn't use it yet. 47, number 81. Okay, so it says joy is the state of the heart and soul. Be honest with yourself. Allow yourself feelings and emotions. Remember that if your heart is feeling wounded and is healing, healing is taking place, you are likely grappling with deep feelings and sentiments that may have been repressed in you for lifetimes. Share your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and anxieties with those who can support you at this time. Joy will be the final outcome. Your energy and your inner light are shifting to reveal your life's grand plan. In this card, Ganesha holds garlands made of ikru flowers, which have the ability to eliminate negative energy from the body and a mind of a person. If you're in your mind's eye, make an offering of garlands made of yukra flowers to Ganesha. In exchange, Ganesha blesses you with good health and freedom from ailments. So I feel like, you know, a lot of us who have been on an ascension journey, even with this negativity, and I'm one of the people, right? Even with this negativity, I've been in a pretty good frequency. Like, you know, it's heart-wrenching to see what's going on, but I've been in a pretty good frequency. But I also feel like when it says here that, you know, there's grief and pain that's being unlocked from lifetimes, is what it said, right? If you didn't take the assignment of ascension, and remember how I have been saying in a couple readings that that second line of DNA is really like the Akashic records that is held within you. People, whether they're remembering it or not, it's being activated, right? So if you're not in a good mental place, how are you going to receive that activation? So I feel like that's the polarity to start with. Okay, that some people didn't do the work to be prepared for this activation. You have nurture that came out crossed. Okay, number 38. And I feel like these are people who are lost. Learn to nurture and create. And what's good, Tamila? Learn to nurture and create occasions for others to grow by offering a safe, accommodating energy. This energy is the energy of the heart chakra. As your life comes more into alignment with your soul purpose, you bring this nurturing and unconditional love beyond your immediate surroundings and out into the world. The female figure in this card is Ganesha's mother, Parvati. She represents a strong female figure in your life that you may look to for extra support and guidance. This could be any female role model, friend, or acquaintance that you find yourself drawn to at this time. Alternatively, Pravada can represent a part of yourself, especially when much of your time is spent focusing on nurturing and caring for others. Now, first of all, this nurturing card came out crossed, right? And I feel like, and I am not trying to put the weight on the women, please. You guys know I'm like very much pro woman, but I bet you if you look into some of these people that are being activated, they didn't really come from nurturing homes. Okay, these people may not have people around them to give them reality checks. And I was talking to my daughter yesterday, unrelated to this. And I was saying to her, a good question to ask somebody, when they are questioning a decision or they're like rudderless, like they don't have a direction or they're struggling. A good question to ask someone is, who is your person? Who is your person that, holds you accountable or that is a truth checker? Like, in other words, you might have a circle of friends that won't tell you the truth. Like, they might be fearful, or maybe they have low self-esteem or whatever. So even when they see that you're doing something that could be harmful to yourself, that maybe you don't recognize, that you're going down the wrong road, will they tell you the truth? Right? Because I feel like, and this is more, in masculine circles, but I feel like a lot of people don't have a person that they can go to that will tell them the truth. Okay? Like, yo, you're tripping right now. All right. Or, yo, I know you feel a particular type of way and you were triggered because X, Y, and Z, but I feel like you would have better served yourself by responding this way. Now, I'm not saying going out there just giving unsolicited advice, right? But if you have like a very close friend or something like that, this is the time to be like truthful if they ask you, right? If they ask you, right? I feel like a lot of these people, Copenhagen, what's good? I feel like a lot of these people, they're living in illusions. They don't have people that will kind of let them know that they're on the wrong path or like they've gone astray, right? Now you have decisions, right? Where are these decisions coming from? These random acts of you could say lunacy, right? Or where is this all coming from? What is this unrest here? So decision says, consider all your options to make an informed choice. Motivate yourself by taking time to rejuvenate. Treat yourself to simple things that bring you joy. Discover new activities that take you away from the routine. As you move through your day-to-day schedule in new ways, you create new thoughts. When Ganesha is holding the mace called Gada, he is challenging you to be more decisive. Once you start being more strong-minded, you will create the opportunity to reflect on your longer-term goals and desires. You'll then be in a better position to plan ahead and ensure you achieve those goals. You benefit now from a newfound sense of confidence and are ready for major change. You might consider travel to exotic places, further education, or major career change at this point. This will expand your learning and development and grow your horizons beyond your immediate environment. With careful planning and a moderated approach, you will set yourself up for success now and moving towards the future. Okay, so I feel like part of what's happening here is that you have one segment of society that is being activated to go after their life path. Okay, you got one segment that is seeing the timeline in a more colorful, technicolor vibrancy, the opportunities for new beginnings, right? The age of Aquarius. And you have a whole other segment that the frequency that they were accustomed to has gone like mute. And they find themselves triggered by this new energy. Now, also, the axis is changed on the planet itself, okay? And I don't know when exactly that happened, okay? But it does have to do with the North and the South node, right? And this happened some time ago when it started to shift. This is an energetic frequency that's just like how our chakras have an energetic frequency, so does the Earth's chakras have an energetic frequency. As that frequency has changed, and it has, okay? As that frequency has changed, the frequency that because we get healing from the sun and we get healing from the earth, right? We pick up the frequency from the earth and we pick up the frequency from the sun. We are electromagnetic beings that sit in between the two polar opposites, if you're following what I'm saying. Now that we have we have solar flares coming from the sun, we have a different frequency coming from the planet. That is changing the frequency that our bodies, our vessels are holding. People who were not taking the assignment of activation, they're having issues. Those people that we talked about that were soulless, obviously having issues. The walk-ins, which walk-ins would be like people who are in very low vibration, who have not built up their protections, they're easily taken over by lower frequency entities, which is what I believe is what's happening. Okay, so the last card you got here was Be Candid. And that goes back to what I was just saying, right? Who is your person? Who holds you accountable? And who do you hold accountable? This is the time not only to be honest with ourselves, but to be honest with the people that we love. Number 25. Okay, this one is a little longer, but I'm going to read it because I think it's important. This situation at hand is asking you to express your thoughts. In the past, you have tried to maintain peace by staying quiet or swallowing your words. Have faith that open and honest communication can bring resolution to the situation. If you are not sure where you stand, ask. Since this card is about communication, it may indicate someone's words have created a moment of clarity. Be willing to communicate your concerns clearly. Remember to be open to others' views and arguments. Let your emotions flow without trying to block them while looking at decisions and solutions. Ganesha prompts you to be wary of coming across as rough or uncaring when you communicate your concerns and ideas to others. Before you express yourself, take a deep breath and think what you're going to say. Convey your thoughts in an understandable, brief, and well thought out manner. Teal represents the throat chakra, which represents both speaking and listening. The throat chakra is the gateway for the higher spiritual realms. When your throat chakra is activated and balanced, there is diminished chance of miscommunication and misunderstandings. You are able to express yourself as a spiritual being. You are a good communicator, speaking honestly and from the heart, as well as being a good listener. You are able to ask what you want and need from others. You are able to express yourself individually and creatively. Your relationships are based on truthful communication and true intimacy. This card invites you to create emotional balance and stability in your life. Now, is that not what we're missing? Some of these people have no reality checker around them. And do you? Do you have somebody who can tell you, hey, you might be, missing the mark right now? Okay? So I just wanted to check on that. We're gonna look at some other things here. All right, I haven't taken out this one in a while. Notes from the universe on love and connection. I feel like some of these people that you're seeing responding in strange ways, they don't have people around them, the people that they need, okay? And I feel like we need to be mindful of the people that we come across now. You know, we did have 2 years of isolation, okay? There could be people you haven't seen in a while and don't know that they have been mentally struggling, okay? Heads need to be on a swivel right now, okay? Not everybody is okay. Just because you're coping well with this energy does not mean that everybody else is, okay? So let's take a look. Sorry about that. You know, of course, I go live, they want to call. Okay, so let's see what Spirit has to say about what's going on. It's not only about being right. And it says, in all tests of character, when two viewpoints are pitted against each other, in the final analysis, the thing that will strike you the most is not who was right or wrong, strong or weak, wise or foolish, but who went the greater length in considering the other's perspective. Don't you agree, the universe? A lot of what is happening is either stemming from or stoked by the polarity of the conversations that is taking place in the collective, right? You have a great awakening, a whole group calling it a great awakening. Then you have a whole group calling it the great replacement. Then I heard a third coining, okay? The third coining was the great resignation, right? So with that whole great resignation, right, what they were saying is that a lot of companies have had people resign, right? And they don't want to return to that type of lifestyle of a 9 to 5 sitting behind a desk or whatever the case may be. People are looking for new opportunities, right? So that's one. Two, the great awakening. People are being activated. Three, the great replacement theory, right? Populations are changing. Okay, the demographics are changing and people are threatened by this. And then you have people who are invested for financial or political reasons and are trying to exploit the division. But by exploiting the division, what you have is the mentally ill, the soulless, the walk-ins, all being activated by energy that they can't understand. Okay, so the next one says, turn on your love light. And it says, sometimes the best way to remain sane is to love like crazy. Works for me. Sign the universe. What Spirit is saying is that these people that you see that are being activated, they're loveless. Like they don't have people around them loving them into healing. Healing, you know, love is the biggest healer. Okay, so, you know, we could demonize people or we could understand, and this is not to say that we should give them a pass, right? But we have to understand that people are not hearing correctly, okay? You are destined for greatness on the wings of love, right? To clarify, the primary roles of love are not to heal, fix, or mend, not to soothe, cure, or ease, not even to refresh, rejuvenate, or restore, hardly. The primary roles of love are to yahoo, yeehaw, and woohoo, get your love on, the universe. In other words, love is to raise your frequency, okay? And some of us have come to an understanding, right, that the way we get to our soul path is by raising our frequency. Everything in this plane has a frequency. The planet has a frequency, right? Some people are being traumatized right now by the change in the frequency, okay? Those you love, love you. To be beautiful in the eyes of another, simply forget they're watching, tally ho, the universe. And something else too is a lot of these people are looking for attention, right? And I remember, you know, when I was little, my mother always used to say, not all attention is good attention, right? But some of these people are so deprived of interaction that they'll take any kind of attention. I saw a reader yesterday. It was a TikTok reader. She was saying that she had went and got a manicure. First time since the coronavirus and everything that happened and the whole isolation. And she said the lady was giving her a massage and she started crying because she realized that she hadn't been touched in like 2 years. Okay, so understand. Now that's a woman who's in a higher frequency and she understands, you know, but think about the person who's not mentally well. Think about the person who's been abused all their life. Think about how that frequency is hitting them. Okay? So, you know, I just feel like we shouldn't really judge, you know, not to say that we should just be like, oh, it's okay. I'm not saying that. But know that people are fucking struggling right now, okay? Let's see what else Spirit wants to tell us. Spirit, can you show me? Crystal quartz, focus. Focus on your own frequency right now. I feel like we talked about what did I say? I think it was last week. I was talking about the 100 monkey theory. And I don't know if I said this to you guys. There was a study that was done on monkeys, right? The study was that they were giving them yams, but they were dirty, right? They would put them in the soil, right? And after a few years, this one monkey decided, like, you know what happens if I wash it in the water? It was salt water, ocean, right? And the monkey realized that it tasted better, right? So what happened was the monkey taught everybody else in the tribe, right? Like, this tastes better when you put it in the water. But what they recognized that was miraculous was that out of the 100, once it hit a tipping point of 100 monkeys, they recognized that it was a collective thing that was taught. It was like an internal upgrade, meaning monkeys that weren't even by them, right? So have we hit the tipping point? I'm not sure if you understand what I'm saying. Okay? Have we hit the tipping point? The tipping point of where the collective as humans that we all receive the message. I feel like we're just getting there, okay? Rainbow, beauty. Some of us are seeing this. Look, this is number 30, spirit, right? Are seeing this as a whole new beginning. We're seeing the possibilities of a new earth. But others feel lost, okay? Oak tree, ancestors. Also, with the ancestors, remember, not every ancestor was in a high frequency, right? Not every ancestor was in a high frequency. And they're showing me oak tree, right? And you see this beautiful image, and the tree does represent spirit, and you see the sun. But I'm going to tell you, I saw strange fruit hanging from this right now. Okay, for those of you that don't know what the term is, go look it up, right? But what I'm saying to you is that there are some ancestors that walk with us. Not to say that they want bad for us, but they may have some gripes still. Maybe they didn't get all of their ascension. Maybe they feel vengeful towards certain segments. Okay, I feel like although that second DNA strand is being activated, it's to absorb the knowledge, not to act on it. Okay? So it's a great awakening so that you can understand the purpose of this lifetime. It is not to try to relive certain patterns. Okay, I'm gonna get an Isis and then we're gonna get into some tarot. But I feel like there's a lot going on right now. And I feel like there are people who have their hand in this situation, who are exploiting this frequency change, exploiting this lost ones. Let's call them the lost ones. Spirit said the lost ones. They're the lost ones. Spirit, can you show me? What about the lost ones? What about the lost ones? So Spirit of Isis. So Spirit is saying that they're allowing this to take place because it has to do with the overall war. Triumph of the goddess, right? It has to do with certain, we're talking about America for a second. It has to do with certain laws that is permitting, segments of society, the lost ones, regardless of color, to get their hands on, weapons of mass destruction and weapons to cause, chaos, right? And I feel like the Spirit of Isis coming out here is like, sometimes as above, so below. Sometimes Spirit lets things happen so that a greater purpose can happen. I saw last night that there was something talking about a bipartisan proposal that is talking about new gun restrictions. Democrats and Republicans. When's the last time you seen them talking about any fucking thing? Okay? So I feel like this is part of what Spirit's trying to say. That there has to be, okay, so back to what I was saying about the 100 monkeys, because I want to make sure you understand what I'm saying. If there's a tipping point, right, where enough of us get an ascension that it becomes the collective, right, then as above, so below. Enough people have to be in a low frequency for something drastic to change, okay? Flower of life. Divine creativity and manifestation, right? So as we're raising the frequency, it's being highlighted, those people that have not made the journey, that have not made the decision. And by them not making the decision and them losing frequency, losing reality, for those who have done it, it's highlighting the real problem. Mother of life, okay? So in some ways, not to say that this is a good thing, but it's happening purposefully so that certain changes can no longer be ignored, that they have to take place. Mother of life, nourishment of the golden grain mother, right? Because the mother is crying, right? The mother is crying at the lost children, at the lost souls, at the loss of humanity, right? Key of life, spinning the ankh, the key of life, because something has to be resolved here. Something has to, and they're showing me the ankh spinning, right? Like, spin the bottle, but it's spinning so fast. It's spinning so fast. It's like there's an alignment, like pistons. Okay, that's what they're showing me. Let's get a tarot deck. Spirit, what do you want me to use? Monopoly? Okay, I haven't used that in a very long time. Sorry, I'm trying to get it out. Right? So if we're waiting to achieve a certain number of people to come into complete ascension where it becomes collective. So what I mean by that is, like, let's say, you know, at one point we all ate with our hands, right? We all ate with our hands, and then at some point we decided that we were going to eat with forks, right? How long did it take that to be the collective learning pattern? Just like, you know, in that study, it was the monkeys and the yams, right? So for us to reach collective enlightenment, how many of us have to achieve a certain frequency? What's the magic number, right? And what is the polarity of that? How many incidences do we have to witness in this new frequency that urges the collective to take action? That is what Spirit's trying to say, okay? I know it was a little convoluted. Spirit, can you show me what about these people? What is happening with the lost ones? And why is this happening now? Why is this happening now? Now understand, this isn't just to the low frequency. Spirit just whispered, and they're gonna lower some of the ones that have took the assignment. In other words, those that really didn't believe, those that weren't committed, those that are, you know, teetering on the line, they also, you know, it's undetermined if they will be able to cross over, make that final ascension into this new timeline. Okay, you got development of information and contracts, Page of Swords, right? There are people who are trying to block some ascension. We've already spoken about that. There are others who are blocked from hearing this higher frequency, which is why they feel lost. Okay, there are others who have contracts from past lives, that their assignment is this, that their assignment is to be a method, a vehicle for change, but through chaos. Does that make sense? A vehicle for change through chaos. That young man in Texas. A vehicle for change through chaos. Okay? Development of information and contracts. Some people's contracts are being activated. And, you know, everybody has a different soul contract, all right? Let's get a deck to clarify. Let's use What's the Tea. Haven't used this in forever either. I also see a lot of families, whether they're romantic or, you know, blood tie families. I see a lot of unrest. Like people, like let's say there's a, you know, a mother who's ascended and her husband is fearing her activation. I fear a lot of situations like that. Could be the man who's ascending and the woman's not. But I feel that there's going to be a lot of situations happening in people's homes because of people not hearing the frequency. Spirit, why is this Page of Swords here for the lost ones? You see? What comes out? Development of contracts. Their contracts is being activated, right? They were hooked on a particular frequency or by a particular entity, right? Their purpose here is threatening, intimidated, threatened, bothered. They're so, this new frequency is intimidating to them. Their purpose, their contract was to cause chaos, okay? There are a lot of practitioners who will say, you know, there's not so much of a thing of good and evil as above, so below, and the mirroring and the polarity of that, right? So if you have a mass awakening of ascension happening, then what is the polarity of that? These motherfuckers, okay? Because somebody has to activate change, and not all change comes through love and light, okay? King of Cups is here. Provider of emotional support and maturity. Spirit, why? Why is this King of Cups here? Now, the King of Cups been known to wear a mask and hold back what they're feeling. I feel like could be a lot of people who, could have been struggling with mental health during the coronavirus thing, but, they fared basically okay, or they fell through the cracks where nobody noticed, right? Provider of emotional support and maturity. Some of these people didn't have. Remember, I started off by saying that there are people out here. Do they have someone that holds them accountable? Do they have someone that nourishes them, right? Nurturing, right? And you got clout hungry, says anything, does anything, makes shit up, dramatic. Came out in reverse, right? These people, they're so starved for interaction. Like I said, with that that tarot reader who cried because she had a hand massage, right? Or they're so starved for any type of interaction. And the fact that they can't hear a frequency is sending them into lunacy. Okay, you got the Three of Swords here next. Spirit, why is this Three of Swords here? For the lost ones. Why is that? So grief and sorrow. I feel like most of the people that are easily influenced into these type of things or being activated in this way, they are in a perpetual state of grief and sorrow. Now you have creativity muncher, steals your ideas, copies your work, duplicates, feeds off of you, and it came out crossed. These people lack motivation. Creativity is your solar plexus. They lack motivation. They lack creative energy. They feel stuck. They feel like there's no purpose in living, right? And then you have fake accounts, question mark, right? Fake social media accounts to spy, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc., right? Now we have, and I don't know about what, everywhere in the world, but in the United States, we have whole departments that their sole purpose is to look on the internet and find out people who are committing crimes. But a lot of these channels or these pages are not being flagged, even though they're being monitored. They be knowing who these crazy people are, right? Are they purposefully allowing them out there because it serves a greater agenda? Pay attention. Pay attention. Are there, and I hate to say this, are there groups of people that are looking for these individuals to activate them for a purpose that serves their purpose? Remember, I said that there are people or groups that benefit from the civil unrest, right? So you have the Two of Pentacles, balancing act, right? Spirit, why is this Two of Pentacles here? There are two, I told you, that's like two sides, right? As above, so below, right? And people are being pulled to one side, right? Dust it off, right? For those of us who have taken on the assignment of ascension, we're learning, and I could speak for myself on this, we're learning to no longer give away our power by allowing people to shift our frequency, right? So not to say that you'll never be angered, but maybe you don't stay angry as long, or you recognize that you by responding in certain frequencies, you're actually giving that person permission to change your energy, right? To lower your frequency, right? But there are people who are trying, you see what he's doing? He's like trying to cover his head with a pillow or a sheet because he doesn't want to hear the frequency, right? And then the happiness hater comes out, right? So as they look around, remember the first card we had out was joy. For those of us that are in ascension, we're feeling pretty good. right? So they're just looking around like, why are all these people all happy and talking about love and light and ascension, and I'm over here freaking out. I can't hear what's happening. You know, I feel like everything is a conspiracy, right? They're in that energy, right? So they want people to feel, remember, they didn't have nurturing. They want people to feel what they feel so that they can feel understood, but they have no healthy outlets to do that. Remember, I was talking about, do you have someone who will tell you the truth? Now you have the Wheel of Fortune here. Times are changing. The world is changing. The wheel is turning. Spirit, why is this wheel here? Can you show me? Yo, this is the right deck for this. Wheel of Fortune. We're all headed to this new timeline. And then you got people that are running with the wrong people. Have you found your soul tribe? Karmic friends, can't fully trust them. Tension, secret, competition. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Right? So these people that don't have circles of truth around them, where do they usually end up? On the internet. On the internet, looking for like-minded individuals, which is usually in the same frequency as them, with all kinds of bad habits. Some of these people have addictions. A lot of them are to medications that they were given supposedly to control their mental state. Right? Bad habits, drugs, addictions, toxicities, right? So a lot of these people are being exploited, being activated. They're losing control of their mental faculties, and they have fucking bad karma, right? Because that second line of DNA being activated of the Akashic records, right? So it's like a perfect storm of mental and emotional illness. Right? And then legal issues, court, judges, immigration, lawyers, right? And then you have the two sides getting involved and exploiting what they feel could help their agendas. Girl fight. You see this? And who stands in the in between? The collective. The collective trying to discern which side will be most helpful in this time, right? And this is why Spirit of Isis card was basically saying here, we had to have it happen this way so that we can make the two sides sit at the table, right? And then you have confusing illusions place, 7 of Cups. I told you that people are not in reality right fucking now, right? What's good, Anne-Marie? Exactly, 100, right? Confusing illusions place. Why is that, Spirit? Why is that for the lost ones? Why is that? One more, please. Thank you. So I told you, there's a lot of people who can't hear the frequency. They're walking around in a state of illusion. I told you, Neptune is about to go retrograde. It's about to get worse. I'm not gonna fucking lie. And I'm not talking about for us. I'm talking about for the lost ones, right? So we're gonna be sitting on the sideline watching this like, yo, what is happening, right? Dirty offer, right? Who's assisting? What's good, Leah Lou? Who's assisting these people to do certain shit? Like, who gave that young man the finances and the ability to have $9,000 of guns and ammunition? And why? I'm going to keep it a buck. Why is the city of Uvalde rewarding that police chief by making him a city councilman? Is it because he sacrificed his own? By allowing those children to be in there slaughtered for 70 minutes without allowing his officers to go in? Okay? Now, I haven't heard enough about the Tulsa thing, but this is what I'm saying. We need to be more discerning when we hear these fucking stories, right? Always partying, right? I feel like it's two things with this card. I feel like those people being watching these people, they know who are the problem people. The little parties and circles they run in, and you know what applications or social media platforms they're using, right? What they're discussing, right? There's also those lost ones who are looking around and say, why are all these people talking about ascension and all happy and excited and light and love? Like, what the fuck, right? And then you got hustling, right? Making it rain, focus on money, getting it, right? And what are so many of us doing? What did so many of us do with this coronavirus, right? I told you, the Great Resignation, right? People were leaving and finding other ways and did pretty good. Okay, did pretty good. If they broke even or made more, right? And people are feeling like, but why didn't that happen for me? Why do I feel like I have less opportunities? Why does it feel like the world is shutting in on me? Why does it feel like no one loves me? No one cares about me, right? Remember, you have happiness hater here, right? They feel like there's no opportunities for them. And remember, I was saying, we've had been closed off for 2 years, right? And you might not have seen some people in a minute. What's good, BJ, right? And then you have fake smiles here. Right? Some of these people that you have not seen are not doing well. Okay, but they're doing their best to fake it till they make it. But some people are being triggered and they're not coming back, okay? Fishing for comments. A lot of these people are online, talking crazy, looking crazy. Then you have those people that are recruiters for purposes of activating individuals to activate a particular agenda that serves their purpose. You already know what I'm talking about, right? So they're on there with fake pages trying to, you know, insert themselves into the lives of people who are obviously mentally ill, right? So that they can take advantage of them with the jackpot, winner, winner, chicken dinner. I don't have to do it myself. I can just whisper crazy shit to this motherfucker who ain't right, knowing that he will eventually act on it. And then I can be unfazed. I can just chill and fall back, delete my page, right? Now, Spirit's also advising us not to be, that we should be detached and not allow it to affect our frequency, but we should not be so detached that we don't care. Because the people who are in this frequency, it's because there's something that they benefit from. Remember, what did Spirit say about being, what was the card? Be candid. Know when it's time to speak the truth that something is not right, right? There's a saying. What does the saying say? Hate, something like hate is not the most powerful thing in this world. Apathy is, because those are, you know, that sit back and watch and do nothing are worse. Remember that. Okay, so the next card we got for the lost ones here is supporter of generosity and security, the Queen of Pentacles, right? Queen of Pentacles. Spirit, why is this Queen of Pentacles here? Who's the Queen of Pentacles? She is usually the quintessential spouse. She's usually an entrepreneur. All right. She has her money right. She could be in a relationship or by herself. She does independent. She makes, you know, like what does Beyonce say? Let me upgrade you, right? So whoever she's around, she upgrades, right? That's like one step away from the Empress, right? And then what comes out? Fake smiles, right? And didn't I say that there was going to be some families that were going to have this internal struggle in their home? Okay, in their home, because some, not everybody that you love is taking on this assignment, right? Some of them could just be, like trying to not expose their two groups. Some of them who are trying not to expose their crazy, that they're having these weird thoughts. And then some of them that don't even know that this is happening to them, right? But what are they? Spiritual haters, right? You have those as well, right? People who are, maybe Bible thumpers or whatever, and that hate this new thing. But I feel like this is more, doesn't matter whether it's religious or spiritual, they hate the light. Like the light, if you came here with an assignment of causing change through chaos, then this spiritual person would irritate the fuck out of you, right? Why do I say that? Because it says shine your light irritates their demons. So the higher frequency that we are in, the as above, so below, the polarity is being activated. These people who just can't take it, that their assignment was to react, so that through their reactions and the 100 monkey theory, so many of them reacting at the same time, that this would cause the other side who is in ascension to feel forced, to give up the apathy, to step into power, to say something has to change, to take to the streets, right? Thief at the bottom of the deck. Robbed, lost, theft, physical or emotional. A lot of these people feel like something is being robbed from them. They might say it's job, it's economic, the great replacement theory, like whatever their thing is that they have labeled it in their consciousness, right? But in their unconsciousness, what's really happening is that they feel robbed of the frequency that they were accustomed to, and they can no longer hear it. Okay? And then for us that have taken out the assignment, right, we feel like, oh my goodness, we would have known this so long ago, we could have affected change before, right? And we don't want to lose any more people, any more consciousness, right? Thief. And we feel like we're trying to raise our frequency, and these people are trying to steal the frequency of calm and peace and security, right? Somebody got to decide, right? Look, ain't shit is under that, right? Cyberbullying. You are being bullied online, or has suffered from it, okay? So a lot of these people are not well. And we knew that, right? But what we didn't realize, many of us didn't realize, is that through our ascension, these people are being triggered because it's the polarity. And it is, in the grand scheme, that spirit is trying to change an overall, what's good, Evelyn, an overall trajectory by using some of these low frequency people to bring change through chaos. It is a spiritual war. Who will win? I feel like the reason why we've been activated is because we have to stand up. Joyous home gardens. 4 of Wands. Spirit, why? Many of us are trying to achieve this, or are achieving this, are changing the frequency in our homes, in our environments. We're doing our spell work. We're protecting our homes. We're protecting our family, our children, our vehicles. Okay? And you have here into you good chemistry, great vibes, positive, right? This is the work you're doing with your ancestor tribe. This is your soul guides, your soul tribe, right? This is you coming into contact with like-minded individuals, whether this is online or, you know, in your personal life, right? And then you have the groupies, right? Those who are, you know, parroting the words, but they're really not in the frequency of it, right? And we can tell the difference, right? You got inside scoop, a closer look, nosy, up in your business, right? They're just part of the wave, right? And then you have those others crying over you, sad, hurt, upset. They're all fucked up, right? They feel like there's no change in this. Shit is just getting worse. Same shit, different day, right? So it's like we could go into our homes and act like this shit isn't happening and worry just about our little interior circle. Or we can start doing work to try to raise the collective frequency. And yes, will there be more incidences? Yes, there are. Because Spirit just said that they're bringing change through chaos, okay? That this has to happen so that there will be a 100 monkeys, a tipping point where the collective feels forced to do something. Right? It's a party place, right? 3 of Cups. How do we get to this happy event? Right? Wasting time. Stuck, no changes, limited. Many of them are stuck in a frequency that they don't understand. Some of them feel like time is passing them by and they have no place in this new timeline. Okay, others like these people, these groupies who are just, you know, not really embracing the change, but just parroting the words, they're missing the opportunity to raise their vibration. These are the same people that unwittingly could get sucked into this lower frequency because they're not putting action behind their words, right? And then you have stalker here, stalking, watching, obsessed, okay? And these lower people that are being activated, right? They're saying that that guy that went to Buffalo, that he was had been scoping out spots for days. And I just want to say, sidebar, I have said Baltimore the last 2 days. So let's just hope and pray for Baltimore that nothing happens in Baltimore. All right. And then you got lonely in reverse. They're isolated. They've been isolated. The isolation that happened only made things worse. Right. If you have people around you, try to check on them. Right. Watch out for the people that are moving in silence. You see this low IQ? Low IQ, these are the people that are being activated. Why? Because they have grudges. Okay, they're taking in substances. They're not of well mind. Right? Bad reputation, prickly. They're known in their communities to be problems. And then who's taking the screenshots? Those same groups that are uninterested in these people's well-being. What they're interested is using these people's mental illness to further their agenda. And this is causing family issues, okay? Especially check on the masculines. Boss daddy is here. Stable, rich, business owner, CEO, big dig energy. Let me tell you why they're going to go after the masculines. Because the masculines is the guard of the feminine, okay? And if you teach a man to fish, he can fish for himself. You teach a woman to fish, she teaches the entire tribe, right? So to go after her, you have to go after what protects her, the boss daddy, right? And who are these people? The wolves in sheep's clothing, that they're everywhere, okay? Look at that. They're everywhere. All right, let's get a kipper because we've been here for a while. But I feel like this is important so that you can understand what's happening. Okay? I feel like we really need to start putting mental energy, spiritual energy to that 100 monkey theory, right? where we finally hit the tipping point for the great awakening, okay? To the great activation. Anything else from this deck, Spirit? Anything else from this deck? Thank you. Thief is at the bottom of the deck. Like I said, some of these people feel like something is being stolen from them. Others of them, it's like they feel like the frequency or their security is being stolen from them. But what's being stolen from them is they can't hear. Okay, they can't hear. If you're not getting the notifications, Evelyn, unsubscribe, subscribe again, and then hit the bell. So that way, sometimes if you've been subscribed for a while, it'll do that, okay? So you got main male here. And I was just saying that if you want to stop the female, you have to stop her protector, the main male. And there's also the fact that most of these incidences, if not all of them, have been by a man. Okay? You see? Main male, threatened, embarrassed appearances. A lot of them are feeling a loss of control, right? Feeling like they are being eradicated in some way, or that their rights or freedoms are being stripped from them, right? You have adjudication here. With insatiable, unquenchable wanting more, right? They want to hold on to power, okay? They're trying to break down laws, okay? You got twin flame, the mirrored ones, mirrored souls pledge. As above, so below. The more that we're activated, the more the people in the lower frequency are as well. Pay attention. Community. Okay, community, right? Done, completed, completion, lesson learned, right? And many of us have changed the way we do things. Some people didn't return to work. They started new businesses. They got this ascension, right? And it's starting to spill out in the community, right? And so what would you do if this was against your agenda, right? You'd have to take a risk. You'd have to take a risk. Nightlife gamble, take a risk, right? To cause something, right? This is the dissemination of different, having the two parties or the two sides, as above, so below, continue to be at odds and argue with each other, right? Right? Not telling people the truth, right? You know, remember I said, who's your person, right? So they go, let's just talk about, you know, Republicans and Democrats, right? Telling their constituents what they want to hear instead of what the truth is, because they feel like they want the votes more than they want the truthfulness, the change, the greater good. Okay, you got mature man out here. In their head, overthinking, stressed, over analyzing. These are the gatekeepers of old, of yesterday, who feel threatened by divination, abusers, right? About people who can who knew this was coming, who was speaking on it, right? They've also had, you know, we talked about this before too, about the grimoires and how they were going through nations and collecting this, and they were keeping the knowledge for themselves, even though it was stolen knowledge. We saw the thief card twice, right? And now they feel impeded upon, because now it's becoming general knowledge, and they can't harvest our energy collectively, right? Official person, right? Spirit, why? And the official people, The official people who were supposed to have the knowledge are being awakened, right? Ghosted, disappearing, ghosting, in and out, right? And they no longer have control. We've separated ourselves from them. And then in addition, you have the soulless, you have the walk-ins. They're all being triggered. Why? Because they want fucking to hold on to power. Facts, no facts, never has the facts, make shit up, lies. This is the stories that we hear that don't make no fucking sense because we know that it's not resonating with truth. Forcer, right? Forces things on you, forces their way in, uses force to get what they want because they're trying to hold on to power for the agenda. Okay, and then they're exploiting these people. Okay, expectation. But spirit is outsmarting them, okay? Because they're like, we knew you were going to do that. That's why we had it written in their contract that change was going to come from chaos. So y'all think y'all smarting us, but we're about to show you how smart we are, what spirit can do, how spirit moves, no weapon formed against us shall prosper. That's what they're doing, okay? You got expectation here. Because they thought shit was going to be a certain way. They thought that they were going to use our frequency without any kind of pushback, without any consequences, without having to give anything up. But they didn't know about this. Queen Rising. Stepping into power, praised, coming up, spotlight. Okay? Let me upgrade you. Isis, the Divine Mother. And now, who's running? I just gotta tell you. Gotta tell you. You see this shit? That's what the TV is doing. Okay? But they're losing their influence. You see? They can only get those lower vibrational people. Okay? Player. I just heard something fucking crazy. Spirit said, for the masculines who refuse to give up this frequency, and the feminines, but it's more the masculines, right? There's going to be a spirit win. By the end of 2023, there's going to be some type of new STD or something that is exchanged through sex to make people change. Waiting. Okay? So gang, I'm gonna pull a shadow card. We're gonna get up out of here. Think about what I'm saying to y'all. Protect your frequency. Protect your frequency, okay? Thank you. I hope you're happy for me. That would be us, right? That we're like waiting for society to get to that 100 monkey theory, right? But look, I don't know how to let you go. Those are the powers that be, okay? Trying to use a little bit of influence that they have left to put their thumb on the scale, but it's just going out of whack, right? I never want to feel that way again. They don't know how to... they don't know how to put their frequency back to a controllable manner. I feel like people's medications aren't working. I scared myself that day. Some of these people that are being activated are going to end up in prisons and mental health institutions, and they're not going to remember shit. Right? You can't come with me. I've been saying for like a fucking year that a lot of these people can come where we're going. Okay? And it's into the higher consciousness, into the 100 monkey theory. All right, so that's what I had to share with you guys. I want you guys to really process this and view what's happening through, you know, that lens. That what spirit is saying is that this is change through chaos, that certain things have to happen to cause the collective to want to react, all right? So that's what I have for you guys. I just want to say thank you to my returning subscribers for coming through and spending a little time with me. And if you're a new viewer and you felt I resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and comment, as I'd love to have you as part of the Lovely Soul family. I'm wishing you all light and love and blessings on blessings. Namaste, gang, gang. Bye.